What's up? Welcome to Tabletop Nights. I'm Greg and this is Victor.
How you going?
Hey, and here's another smashing 30 minutes because we're running out of video card space.
So basically, Greg's going away for 3 weeks. Where you going?
I'm going to Hong Kong, London, and then Ireland.
So he's going to be doing some board game stuff overseas, probably.
Oh, definitely.
Filming with the locals. So we've been recording all day. By all day, we mean we've only got 2 videos because some of them didn't turn out that well. So these only have 30 minutes left of recording. So we're going to do a quick podcast for you.
Yeah.
Make sure before we get started, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. We do a podcast every fortnight. Today we're going to be talking about Lord of the Rings, Journey in Middle-earth.
That's it, yeah.
So that was your second time playing?
Well, that's the first time playing properly. I guess I've done like a bit of a playthrough myself on your own, and you never quite get the depth of it because you're not having to interact with other people. You're just sort of doing the housekeeping yourself
And just doing everything yourself.
Yeah.
It does add an extra element. So I played Gloomhaven for ages by myself, and then when I played it with somebody else for the first time, it was like, what? This is insane.
Yeah, you suddenly forget things also.
Yeah, especially with the initiative and in Gloomhaven anyway. But that was the first time I'd played the Lord of the Rings game, and it was actually heaps of fun.
Yeah, look, it's really good. I mean, it's very much like Mansions of Madness, if you've played that before. So it's app-driven, but there's lots of interaction. We actually played through this first scenario, the Something of Arnor, whatever it was, twice.
We played it twice.
We played it twice, and it was
name.
different both times. So it's really good that replayability is there.
It was really different. So in the first time, we failed, and we only just beat it the second time. So spoiler. I mean, we maybe
and that was on baby level
on
as
the
well.
easy difficulty.
Yeah.
And Greg's, he's a hardened board gamer. He has all the experience in the world, and he only just managed to help me along the path. But we did win. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I didn't expect how random it would be. So basically, again, every time we played, it's different. But there was a really cool event the second time we played, which unfortunately we didn't get to follow up. You went to an area and lit a fire.
Tried to light
a fire, which made an event on the other side of the board, which is why we couldn't reach it, to get kindling to relight that fire.
Oh.
So I would have loved to have seen what would happen if we got that and made it back to there, if we had enough time to see what would happen. So maybe next time we play,
Well, that might not come up next time.
Yeah, that's what I'm
knows?
hoping. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But we only just made it, so who knows if we had taken the time to go out and get it, we wouldn't have won.
No, for sure.
So basically, the thing that drives that game is the threat level. Is that what it's called?
That's it, yep. The threat level.
So after every turn, that goes up, and it's random. Sometimes it'll go up 6, sometimes it'll go up 8, sometimes it'll go up 4.
Well, I'm sure there's some really clever algorithm behind it.
It's frustrating because, well, it's basically your turn counter.
Yeah.
So once you reach the end, you're out.
Yeah, I think if you're really slow, it won't go up as much. But if you're getting towards the end and you're knocking off the enemies, the threat will go up faster because it goes, these guys may be a bit more experienced, and maybe it ramps it up even more.
Because the first time we played, I started off awfully. I was playing as Legolas, so I got like 4 damage right off the bat.
Yeah, you were dead almost straight away.
Yeah, so we were just playing catch up after that, and I think that's what made us fail the first time. That and not using all of our cards to their full abilities. So like I had a cloak that could negate damage, and I just wasn't using it.
Yeah, you forget things.
Yeah, I had more initiative the first time around than I did the second time around.
Yeah, that's true.
And we still managed to fail the first time.
But that's okay. You made a very masculine Legolas, I have to say.
Did I?
Yeah, I think really good.
That's good. I think it's the only thing that frustrated me was after a while, when that threat level goes up to a certain extent, it after every turn adds 2
a couple more enemies.
Scares.
Oh.
So automatically gives you 2 scares. You can roll to negate them, but my character Legolas, he dies when he gets 6 scares.
6 fear.
6 fear. Yeah, fear scares. Legolas. So and like towards the end of the game, like we had to make a move towards this objective, and we couldn't go do the bark, and it feels like we're missing out on an awesome bit of content there because we didn't get there soon enough.
But I suppose maybe if you had 4 players, or you played 2 characters each, you can afford to send someone off on some of those side
That's
missions.
true.
So we only had the one character each, so it's maybe it's a bit limited.
Those videos go forever if we
Yeah.
had 2 characters each. Did you prefer Gimli or Aragon now that you've played both of those characters?
Probably Gimli, because he's a bit more of a tank, and I generally like to play the tank characters.
So the way you do an attack is based off your skills. So Legolas, he uses his agility because he's a bowman. So I had 4. So basically I flip 4 cards, and that increases my odds of getting successful attacks. Whereas, and Gimli, he also had the same thing. He had 4 might. Whereas Aragon, he only had 3 might and like 2 agility.
He was wiser, so he had a lot more wisdom. He was 4 on the wisdom.
But what can you do with the wisdom though? Like you can't use that to attack.
No, but maybe in later missions there'll be scenarios where if you've got more wisdom, obviously you can talk someone into following you on your journey or whatever that might be. So look, I think that's the good thing. It's the replayability, and I'm sure they set it up. You know, the app sets it up so that whatever you pick, it's going to give you a run for your money. And still make it tough enough that you just make it over the line. And I think that's the sign of a good game.
Well, there are a few different elements of making it different every time you play. So not only can you pick Aragon, but you can make him a hunter. You can make him a captain. You can make him all these different
roles.
classes.
There's different roles.
Yeah. So that adds an extra element. But I feel like that's the 3rd time you've played that first scenario. Was it exciting the 2nd, 3rd time, or was it more like, I can't wait to see the next bloody scenario?
Oh, look, because I haven't gone past that before, I'm excited to see the next one. But playing it with you for the first time, and you go, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that still makes it pretty fresh.
Because I have to admit, the first time we played it, I was a little bit confused with a few rules, and again, we missed a few rules. So it's actually probably better that we lost that, to be honest, because the second one went a whole lot smoother. But I feel like I would never be able to play that first scenario again. So while it might be random every time you play, it's that story especially is not that exciting. The first one, you got to go find it, camp. And
well, obviously, it's trying to introduce you to the mechanics of the game. The second one actually goes into sort of these more enclosed areas, so it doesn't use the hexy type shapes. It uses these square boards where there's walls, and you're actually just really, it's a lot more battling, and they introduce more of the concepts of that stuff. The fighting, hiding in bushes and stuff.
There was a lot of things we didn't do.
Yeah, and then once you get to number 3, it starts to integrate the full experience then.
So make sure it won't be up yet, most likely, because it's going to be a big edit for me. But make sure you go watch that video when it releases. So subscribe, because we're going to be playing a whole lot of Lord of the Rings. Even if it doesn't get many views, I'll be tempted to keep recording because I love Lord of the Rings and the lore of it. And it was fun overall. Really difficult though. That's so scary. If we're playing the tutorial level, the first one, and we're only just winning by like the skin of our teeth, you must be able to go back to them. Well, after a while, when you complete the game, go back as a fully leveled character or something.
Look, I don't know. I haven't tried that, but it does allow you to gain experience as you go through. Even if you fail one scenario, you go into the next one. You might be slightly behind but I'm sure the game, if they've designed it well, that app is going to be balanced.
Yeah,
and it's going to go, these guys are getting a kicking. Let's give them a helping hand.
Hopefully.
Right? So I think there'll be a bit of that.
So when we lost, we got 3 experience points each.
Yep.
When we won, we got 4 experience points, but an advantage going forward because we're sneaking into the next scenario.
Correct. Yeah.
So we successfully snuck into the next scenario. And I think that's cool. That adds like a really sort of unique thing. So I was tempted to keep the first recording where we lost, so we could go into the next recording with a sort of difficult scenario. You don't want to start that game off with any disadvantages. Just like I said before, when I started with Legolas, I already had 3 or 4 attack on the first turn. That was a downhill battle from the get-go, so I was like, let's re-record it all. And thank God we won the second time, otherwise I would have cried.
Well, obviously from now on, we'll have to follow on.
Yeah.
Because you can't go back and replay. You've got to go into that next
scenario. Because it's a save file on your app. What else did we play today? We played Light and Dark. So we're starting a new series called Mini Games. You'll be seeing that on the channel soon, if not before this, so go and check it out. Where we just played games from 5 to 10 minutes, short ones, party games, stamina games, what do you call them?
Dexterity.
Dexterity games.
Not stamina games.
Stamina. Flicking is really difficult. Light and Dark, I actually picked that up when I was in America.
Yeah.
It was the only thing I could fit in my luggage, and I went to a board game store in not New Orleans, Orlando, and I was like, yeah, cool, bring it back.
Cool.
So it's a little flicky game. It was actually a bit of depth to it, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah, look, it was fun, right? It's very light fare, but it reminded me of some of the flick 'em up games.
Yeah.
Which there's a zombie one and a cowboy one, and there's also what's the other one? It's a bit like Catacombs. So Catacombs is a big dungeon one, which I think you'd like, Victor, and it's like monsters and running around.
Right.
But you're actually running around a big building as well.
Okay.
And I think you said you can introduce other elements into that.
yeah, you can.
Light
So you
dark.
can add terrain. You can add more cards, so you can play with cards. And they say if the game's too advanced, don't play with the cards. But it's just a flicking game where you occasionally use the cards. So obviously, if you're playing with kids, maybe
Little kids,
not. But I'd love to see all the other cards in that. And we have to re-record it because, silly me, I didn't have the microphone plugged in. It's one of the things that when you're recording all day, you forget a few things.
Yeah. And we're exhausted now, and we've been going for about 7 hours now.
And we have 2 videos.
Yeah.
So the other game we played, which you showed me, what's it called again? I keep forgetting.
Crokinole.
So that's
Yeah.
their, like, the Canadians game.
It is. It's like lawn bowls on a board.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. It's really fun. So definitely watch that one because that's, like, I had a blast playing it. I don't know where, like, the only thing about that game is you got to store this giant board.
It's a big board.
It's a
big board.
massive board. Like, again, you said you can hang it on the walls.
Yeah, it's a very
decoration.
attractive piece. It's a nice, beautifully
It's a beautiful
machined
board.
piece of timber. It's
Absolutely.
Nice. Yeah.
So that'll be going up on the channel. And I loved that game. I was so happy. So the first time we played that, what happened? Oh, the first time we played that, again, the microphone wasn't plugged in.
That's when,
So then we re-recorded that one. So that'll be coming soon for mini games. I was actually really glad that we had to re-record that because that was a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, well, I suppose, but even in the first game, it was like the scoring was going nowhere, and then I got heaps in the last round and got to the 100 points.
Yeah.
When we played it the second time, we kept netting off each other's scores,
Yeah.
and no one was scoring anything, really.
But in a good way. Like, we were cancelling each other out. It wasn't just like doing poor shots. We were actually making all the shots
Making more
stick.
contact, yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be a really fun game.
Yeah, no, it was great.
Gameplay to come out. And you can do 2v2, so that's cool. And I'd like to do that.
Oh, the pairs is great, and this is the perfect table for it.
Oh, yeah, this is perfect.
It will fit
that
nicely.
literally is the size of this.
Except,
maybe we can do that one day for you. If
Let's do
gets
that.
enough views. There is a game in South Korea that they play. It's nothing like it, but it's their national game.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard it before. It's recently a company built a program to try to beat a real player. In chess, it's easy for the program to beat a player, but in this game, it's really difficult. And they go through thousands of hours of algorithms to try to get this.
Right. Are you talking about Go?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And eventually, I watched a documentary on it.
Yeah.
Eventually, the computer was able to beat the world's best player, who was like a genius.
Yeah, because it's like 40 billion combinations or something at the start of the game, and then it just goes from there.
And apparently, the Koreans, they say that you have to use a lot of instinct to play. It's all about instinct, not just all strategy.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's similar. That's their national game, I guess, for board games.
And of course, the Indian one or the Asian one is carom as well. So that's the square one. It looks a bit like a billiard table. It's got little pockets in the corners.
Yeah.
And the idea is you got to knock each other's pieces in, but then you have to get the queen and then one of your pieces in to win the game.
Okay.
But that is far more advanced in technique than I think Crokinole is. It's a different style of game.
Ooh,
but when you
don't let the
no,
Canadians hear.
that's not dissing Crokinole. That's fantastic, but it's a completely different style of game. But when you watch carom, there's a heap more pieces on the board at any one time.
Right.
They all start on there, and you have your own. I can't remember what it's called, but it's your own flicking piece essentially.
Cool.
It's fantastic.
Light and Dark was fun. We'll definitely play that again when we have to. But if you have any 15-minute games to recommend, let us know. Again, if you go on our website, tabletopnights.net, Greg's list of all his games are up.
There's a whole tab just for that.
There's a whole page for it. So you can just scroll through. If you press Control F, you can type in, that's the search function for a page.
Yeah.
And so you can just see if he has one that you really want to see us play.
Yeah.
Recommend it, and we'll eventually get around to it.
We'll have a go.
Yeah, absolutely. Should we read some comments?
Yeah, that'd be
Are you
great.
going to be able to read the small
I've got my
font?
Now, I've noticed in a lot of your videos recently, or at least a couple, that you keep talking about the fact that I have to, wear glasses.
Yeah.
You did one for Ironclad, an unboxing, and it's like 3 times. Greg's old. He's got a small font, and he can't read.
It was an example of how small the font was.
Have you seen little kids wearing glasses?
Yes, I have.
Right. Well,
okay. Young people with bad eyesight, like Greg and TJ, and everyone else I record with, apparently.
Yeah.
All right.
Some of us have social skills though, so
Let's go for the comments. I'll read the first one. There's only 3 this week, so make sure you guys leave us a comment. This week's comment question can be, what's your favorite short game and what is it and how long does it go for?
Okay, yep.
Yeah. So your short game. So the question we asked last week, what was it? Do you remember?
Well, we kind of asked a few different ones.
We did. So we'll just read the comments and see.
Just go for the comments.
So we have one from Sander. So he left 2. I backed the Dark Souls board game because I love the video game, but love board games more though. Gonna watch the Hellboy playthrough of you guys. Thanks. So he's gonna watch the Hellboy when we eventually re-record that.
We better re-record that. Yep.
And then he also said in another comment, and I would love to see the Lord of the Rings Journeys in Middle Earth playthrough as well. So Sander, we will be getting that out to you, and we actually have it's going to be really high quality because we recorded the actual app as well, like in its own recording, so that'll be like
I better not delete that file.
No, I'll grab it from you now
Okay,
before you
cool.
leave. So you're not going to be able to eat dinner tonight, unfortunately.
No, never mind.
And do you want to read the next
Sure.
one from Rob?
I'll have to put on my old person.
Do you want to do
spectacles.
Rob or Nick Pickle?
I'll do Rob.
Yeah, he's
I like Rob.
he's next on
I
the
think
list.
Rob's from Queensland from memory. Sorry if I've got that wrong, Rob.
And he has been commenting on the dice throwing videos as well, so thank you for that. I believe.
And he said good to see us back. Now, we did have a slight hiatus. Sorry about that, but as we explained last time, there was a bit of sickness around, so and we just couldn't give a stuff really. No, we love this.
All right, we got to finish. Go smash through it. Go.
Oh, how much time we got?
Probably like 5 minutes.
Oh, Greg, yes, I backed the Hammer of the Scots Kickstarter and many others. Victor comments. He said you should check out The Few and the Cursed. Number 6 Kickstarter. TFAC is awesome. Do you know The Few and Cursed?
I haven't looked at it. I did read that.
Sounds vampire-ish.
Yeah, it does sound very vampire-ish.
But we will check that out.
Yeah, because you're about to leave, so all your Kickstarters are going to your work, hopefully. So hopefully they don't get too many sent back.
Yeah. Yeah, because Joan of Arc is on its way.
Read more.
So, crikey, there's more. Ugly but good games. The Godfather, Corleone's Empire. I wouldn't say he's ugly,
Basic,
but lack variety in art. Yeah, look at it. It's very serviceable, is what you'd say. You know, if you're joining the military, it's like that's what the game would look like. It's pretty, but it is for a kind of worker placement type pick action games. It's pretty much fun, and you get to throw bodies in the Hudson, so that's always good.
Lovely. Maybe we'll play it one day because I love mafia stuff.
Yep. Not up to Simon's usual standards. Such a fun game though. Ethnos is definitely on the list. I do have Ethnos. Again, that's a game that's a little bit ordinary, yeah.
Okay.
And that's obviously what the question is,
Yeah.
but it's like some of the colours are like this bright pink tokens, and the board's this really tiny little thing.
Okay.
But the gameplay is very good.
Okay.
Terraforming Mars, that's a real retro look. It's quite plain looking, the board, but the cards are pretty good. It's nice sort of drawings on that. Castles of Burgundy. I don't know that I can recall that one to hand. But anyway, that's a heap of good comments there, Rob. Thanks for all that action. He's looking forward to our next show.
Well,
This is it. So, Rob, big cheers to you, mate.
Yeah, and Rob, if you're the Rob that's leaving comments on the other videos, thank you for sort of browsing the channel, not just sticking to one set. So we do appreciate
if you're not,
that.
Forget it.
Well, that's why we want you guys to tell us what games you want us to play, so that you're not restricted to just one sort of show on the channel. And which is why I think the mini games show that we're doing now is a good one to watch because it's a little bit of fun.
It's really light and fun.
Yep. For sure. All right, last one from Nick Pickle. I'll give it a read. Hey guys, my group usually consists of 3 to 4 people, so we asked him because he's new to board gaming like me. We asked what his group consists of. All of us are new to tabletop games. Most of our nights consist of a variety of games, dice throwing, Journeys in Middle Earth, and recently just started Blood Rage. I also recently purchased Gloomhaven after watching your playthrough. Wow, thank you so much. I did read that and I was quite happy to hear that.
Yeah, chuffed.
Really cool. I was on the fence at that point, looking forward to getting it to the table soon. Keep up the good work. Looking forward to more content. Thank you so much for that one, Nick Pickle. That is an awesome comment. That wins comment of the week in my opinion, just because I made him buy a game almost.
Right.
But
so you made him spend
lots of money.
$150 or something.
And
like
I
that,
replied, giving him some advice to how to probably play Gloomhaven.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So again, make sure you answer this week's question, which is What's a good short board game that you
Short,
like to
fun,
play?
even if it's a dexterity game or something you like to play with the kids, Hungry Hippos, we don't care. Tell us about it.
Party game, yeah. Lots of fun. I tell you what, it's another series I've been thinking about doing, or not thinking about doing, but long games. No, I'm kidding. So mini games and ones that go for like 6 hours.
Diplomacy,
Risk.
Twilight Imperium, Risk. Nah.
So there's a lot of games that go for like you, because like with Gloomhaven, for example, you can't stop mid scenario. You've got to go through it. You have to.
But that's not long. You play Twilight Imperium, my friend, with like 6 players. It's a day.
Really?
You are playing the whole day.
Then is there enjoyment in that?
You have to be into it. You really have to be into it, right?
All right.
That's probably a bit too long for me. I've only done that a couple of times.
And even just today is an example of that. Like
I'm over you. There's no doubt about it.
Actually, recording with Greg's actually pretty good because he's calm. He's not like crazy like me. So I bet that's why he is over me.
Righto.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun playing Lord of the Rings twice.
That's okay. Look, the first time, again, I think Victor forgets sometimes that because I've got so many games, I don't necessarily invest the time I need to go, I'm an expert at this game, right? So I like to just share it, get it out there. Unfortunately, that doesn't work on film, so we always do a practice run first for that.
Well, we try to. We did do a tiny practice run before we recorded the first Journeys in Middle-earth.
Yeah.
But
there's always one rule that pops up, like something that says like you can only have 4 prepared cards. I looked down and I went, hang on, I've got 7 prepared cards. I think there's a rule about that. Let's go back and check.
Yeah.
Yep, you can only have 4.
Thank God that video, because that was embarrassing.
That's okay.
But there was an app on Kickstarter recently. I'm happy to go until this camera's running out, to be honest.
Sure. So we'll say goodbye now, just in case.
No, but then we can finish it on this one over
sure.
here. Yeah.
You can lean in.
Yeah. So there was a Kickstarter a few months ago. You could probably still back it because it's going to be an app anyway, where it's you sign up for an app and you pay a monthly subscription, and it's every rule for as many board games as they can do on this app.
That's a lot of board games.
Yeah, so I forget exactly how it works, but just say you're playing Gloomhaven or Light and Dark, the most complex game of all time.
Or Catan.
Yeah. So, okay, just say you are playing Catan and you're struggling with a rule. You'd go to the app, you type in Catan. They'd have heaps of FAQs, like the most top-rated ones with the most questions. There would be videos on how to play it. There'll be like walkthroughs. So if you're not the type of person like me, I prefer to watch somebody play it first before I play it. And even attempt to read the rule book. It's for that. And it was like a monthly subscription. So I was tempted to get that.
That's a lot of stuff to put together.
It is.
That's massive.
But they had a massive backing. It was huge. So they'll have the funding to do it.
I wonder if BGG backed them or said nick off. I wonder. Because there's a definite crossover of... Because that's the place where you currently go to put stuff. Because you can get a lot of that stuff there.
But all in written form, though, still, really.
Oh, they have everything.
Well, we post videos to BGG, so like if we have a new video,
they get no comments, but that's okay.
Yeah, but we get a lot of views from there, so it's like
definitely translates.
Yeah, for sure. It helps us easy with views.
Yeah.
So,
look, I love that concept, but I think if there's at least 30,000 board games out there, that's just BGG land. That's a lot of content. Like that's millions and millions and millions of
heaps. Well, I guess they would do all the popular stuff first.
You'd have to.
Yeah, they're not going to be doing bloody, Alexander. Yeah, I got an Alexander board game in there. It's like, what is it?
Or Crokinole. They probably won't do Crokinole.
Yeah, maybe they might. It's not that complex.
That's cool.
But it wouldn't be cool if there was like a call center for board games. Like, yeah, hi, I'm just having trouble with the rule. Oh, what board game is it? It's Arkham Horror. Yeah. Oh, yeah, let me just patch you through to our Arkham Horror expert.
I like it.
That would be great. Yeah. That would be awesome.
Page 7, third paragraph. Yep, there's your answer.
No. It'd be like this. It'd be like, what version are you playing?
Oh,
2A? Okay, let me just... here it is. Here.
You think so?
Yeah, I'll be back in 5 minutes. I'll go down to the bunker and I have...
Your imagination is just... doing my head in there.
That would be awesome. All right, that's about it for the podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Oh, thanks for coming. Look, I'm just quickly, Bloodborne Pledge Manager is open. If you haven't got on board, get on board. if you still can, do a late pledge.
Late pledge.
Joan of Arc's on its way. I've got a shipping number for it now. I can't wait for that. We're going to have boxes up to here.
So it's going to come, and then he'll be going overseas, so he won't be able to do an unboxing.
I'll just tell the missus I'm leaving Ireland now.
That sucks, because that's going to be so many views we're going to miss out on, because you're not going to get it out quickly. Just cancel the trip.
Just don't watch anyone else's videos until I get back.
Until he's back.
All right, guys.
We hope you enjoy the new set, by the way, just real quick. Also, buy our merch. The link's in the description. So,
yeah, we want at least 5 people around the world to have it.
Yeah, and we've been posting a lot on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook, and we've been getting a few Facebook people. So if you're following us on Facebook now, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Because it means that we're actually talking to somebody when we make a post. So if you are interested in buying our merch on the off chance, or getting to know us a bit more or ask us questions, make sure you go on Facebook, because we update it with the current deals, because we don't get to decide when there's free delivery on these t-shirts, because it's through a third company. So make sure you go follow us on all the socials. Thanks.
Cool. Thanks for watching. We love talking to you guys, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, and I'll see you in 3-4 weeks.
Yeah. Woo.
All right. See ya.
Catch you later.